Start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Chaitanyamishwaram Paramanandhamadhavam Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमोस्तुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताक स्वामी नामिने नम आचार्य पदाय निताय कृपा पदाय गौर कथा दामदाय नगर ग्रामतारे Hare Krishna, devotees, welcome for Bhagavatam study. So every Monday to Thursday, 9 to 9:30, we are trying to read Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the best service a devotee can do or any human being can do. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, Sloka 50, right, today?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can somebody? Okay.
Asha
Whom is
Mataji.
allocated?
Hare Krishna, I'll read Prabhuji.
Okay, go ahead.
Canto 2, Chapter 7,
Amataji,
Text
go
50.
ahead.
So ayam te abhihitastata Bhagavan Vishwabhavanaha Samasena Hare Na Anyat Anyasmat Sat Asat Chayat. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear son, I have now explained in brief the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is creator of the manifested worlds. Without him, Hari, the Lord, there is no other causes of the phenomenal and uh, nominal existences. Purport. Since we generally have the experience of temporary material world and conditioned souls trying to lord it over the material worlds, Brahmaji explained to Narada Deva that this temporary world is the work of the external potency of the Lord, and that the conditioned souls struggling here for existence are the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead. There is no cause for all these phenomenal activities but Him, Hari, the Supreme Lord, who is the primeval cause of all causes. This does not mean, however, that the Lord Himself is disturbed impersonally. He is aloof from all these interactions of the external and marginal potencies. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.4, it is confirmed that by his potencies alone, he is present everywhere and anywhere. Everything that is manifested rests on his potency only, but he, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always aloof from everything. The potency and the potent are simultaneously one and different from one another. One should not deprecate the Supreme Lord for the creation of this miserable world, just as one should not blame the king for creating a prison house in the government. The prison house is necessary institution of the governmental establishment for those who are disobedient to the laws of the government. Similarly, this material world, full of miseries, is a temporary creation of the Lord for those who have forgotten Him and are trying to lord it over the false manifestation. He, however, is always anxious to get the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead, and for this He has given so many chances to the conditioned souls via the authoritative scriptures, His representatives, and personal incarnations also. Since He has no direct attachment to this material world, He is not to be blamed for its creation. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. Ki
Jai.
Jai. So Brahmaji is talking to Narada Muni. Brahmaji is saying means previous verses we discussed different. He explains different avatars, different qualities of the Supreme Lord. You know, then we discussed last few days. Now today he says in this sloka he says that Supreme Personality Godhead who is a creator of the manifested world, without him, and he is very clear who is that Hari. So that's why our scriptures are very, very clear. Who is the Supreme Personality Godhead? Is Hari. And Lord, there are no other cause of phenomenal or nominal existence. Manifested, unmanifested, created, uncreated, there is nobody beyond it. That is a point Brahmaji is saying here. And in a Brahma Samhita also it says Ishwaraha Paramakrishnaha Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Brahmaji is very clear. And he is the first creator. He has got direct access to Supreme Lord. Whenever Devi Devatas got problem, they go to Brahmaji. Brahmaji goes to near Shvetadvip and start offering prayer. From there, he gets the instruction from the Lord. That it transmits to the Devatas. And that Brahmaji is saying that he is the Hari and he is the Supreme. And I have explained only brief because the glories of the Supreme Lord cannot be explained. It's unlimited. Ananta Shesha is with thousands of hoods, is continuously explaining, but continually glorifying, but is still not able to finish. He will not be able to finish. But that's why he's saying, I've explained in very brief. So Prabhupada in the purport says, since we generally have experience of temporary material world, conditioned souls trying to lord it over the material worlds. We have experience of this material world. Prabhupada many times says it's like the frog in the well. The frog in the well thinks that, yes, this is my world. And he cannot imagine beyond that. If somebody comes and says there is a big river or there is a big ocean, he will not be able to imagine because he has not experienced, not seen. Similarly, the conditioned soul, like me, I think this material world is everything for me. That too, my family, my community, is everything, very kind of is to concentrate my me, mama mameti. And we are conditioned. Prabhupada says conditioned means I'm conditioned to this body. There is a two level of understanding, right? Or consciousness. Conditioned consciousness and the constitutional consciousness. My constitutional consciousness is to serve the Lord. Jivara Swarupa Nityara Krishnadas. Conditioned duties are related to my body. Today I am this body. I have certain body, certain duties, or certain behavior, certain characters. Tomorrow, if I leave this body, become dog, I'll start barking. That is a condition. Similarly, and that mindset, I'm trying to lord it over. Lord it over means I'm trying to control, I'm trying to enjoy the material world, thinking that I'm the enjoyer. But Brahmaji is very clearly saying, you are not the enjoyer. In Krishna also says, Bhokta Rajatapa Sarvaloka Maheshwara, Suhridam Sarvabhutana Ajnatam Shantirachati. He says, I'm the Bhoktara. I'm the Sarvaloka Maheshwara. It's very clear. And he also says that everything comes from me. Ham sarvasya prabhu mattha sarvam pravartate. He says everything coming from me. There is nothing without me. Ham bija pida pradha. I am the seed giving father for everything. Krishna is very clear, and he doesn't make any confusion. And that's why Prabhupada is saying that the lording it over, it's a power of the external energy, Maya. And Jiva is a kind of a marginal potency. Marginal potency means there is internal potency, there is external potency. Internal potency is Srimati Radharani, and external potency is Maya, Durga. So Durga Devi kind of controls the material world. She is a jailer. Like in jail, there is a jailer, jail superintendent. So her job is to punish everybody because we are in jail. Depending upon our punishment, depending upon our crime, we are given a different punishment. Marginal the energy. We have every opportunity to get out of this material world. It's like a devotee is able to hear me. Internet is
Yeah,
become
but
weak.
in between some
Okay, we
disturbance.
can hear you. No problem.
1 second, let me connect mobile data also. 1 second. Sometime it get disconnected. Disconnected, huh? Okay, now able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Sorry, got
Yes,
disconnected.
no.
Okay, so the jiva, the conditioned soul like me, think that I'm the doer, but I'm not the doer. Without Lord's mercy, even a blade of grass cannot move. That is understood. But the ahankara, I have so much ego. I want to control everything. I want, everything under should be mind control. Little, disturbance. I think that no, why it should happen to me? I mean, we not only Jiva, Indra also had Govardhana Puja, what happened? Indra also gets angry. So, but that's why Brahma Samhita says Indra Gupa. Like even in the worst, worm in the stool, he also thinks that I'm the doer. The smallest worm in the stool thinks that I'm the controller in that level. So we should be very, very careful. But even though he is the maintainer, he is the creator, he is the annihilator, but he is aloof. That's why Prabhupada says he is aloof from all these interactions. So Prabhupada quoting 9.4, Maya tatam sarvam jagat vyaktha murtinaha mastani sarvabhutani nachaham teshastitha. So he says avyakta or any the whole the world, all jivas are within me and I am the controller. So Krishna is very clearly explaining. Now, Prabhupada says that one should not discrete the Supreme Lord for the creation of this miserable world. So this is the kind of a people ask question, right? Why Lord has created this miserable world? If Lord want to save us, why did he create this? But simple understanding. When the city is created, the government creates a school, hospitals, sports ground, roads, buildings, bridges, and they create a prison also. Why? That means there are people who will commit sin, so they need a prison also. Similarly, when Krishna has created spiritual world, he has created material world because there are jivas who are against the supreme law. One want to enjoy in separate with Krishna. For them is a given place. So we are that kind of jivas. So that's why Prabhupada says, just as one should not blame the king for creating a prison house, though we should not blame him because there are rebellious jivas will be there. So we should not be the rebellious. We should be favorable. That's why Prabhupada says we should be one with the Krishna. Means we are not merging with the Krishna. We should be one with means we should be one with the Krishna's objective. What is the Krishna's objective? Krishna's objective is to take back all the souls back home, back to Godhead. Krishna is waiting. So we all should support him. How do we take? Like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj told Narsimadev, you give me all the sins of all the people. Let everybody go back home, back to Godhead. This is the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. That's the mood of Sripad Ramanujacharya. Sripad Ramanujacharya said the same thing. That's the mood of Srila Prabhupada. Once one astrologer came to Bombay and he wanted to meet Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's health was not good that time, the last few days, a few months before. So His Holiness Giriraj Swami and others said, Swamiji, you cannot meet. He is not well. But this astrologer is from Bangalore. He said, I came all the way from Bangalore by flight. I want to communicate a very serious point to him. Please allow me. Finally, they allowed. Then this astrologer told Prabhupada, Swamiji, I went to your temple in ISKCON in Vrindavan, Krishna Balram temple. I saw your murti there. Public coming in thousands and they paying namaskar. They're touching your feet, the murti. They're paying namaskar. Do you know the consequence of that? Then Prabhupada said, yes. What is that? Then astrologer said, all the sins of these people will come to you. Prabhupada said, yes, I came here for that. And then astrologer said, because of that you are suffering today. Yes, that's why I come here. So I'm ready to suffer. If their sins are taken away, I'm ready to suffer. This is the mood of Srila Prabhupada. And this is the mood of Srila Prabhupada disciples. We should develop, or we should at least not imitate, at least have this, little compassion to give this Krishna consciousness to others. That's why Prabhupada says that he is, however, is always anxious to get the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead. Krishna is waiting. We need to support him because there are so many rebellious people. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says that I'm alone, I cannot take these people back. I need support. So it's our job is to, directly, indirectly support Srila Prabhupada's movement so that as many people as possible take Krishna consciousness. Finally, Prabhupada says, he has no direct attachment to this material world. He is not to be blamed for his creation. Material world is created not for fun. He wants all of us to go back home, back to Godhead. That's the purpose is created. Okay, we'll read the next one, Sloka. 51.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams.
Mataji.
Well updated to me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 2, Chapter 7, Text 51. Idam Bhagavatam Namayanme Bhagavatoditam Sangrahoyam Vibhutinam Vametada Vipuli Guru. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Translation. O Narada, this science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam, was spoken to me in summary by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it was spoken as the accumulation of His diverse potencies. Please expand this science yourself. Purport. The Bhagavatam, in a nutshell, spoken by the Personality of Godhead in about half a dozen verses, which will appear ahead, is the science of God, and it is potent representation of the personality of Godhead. He being absolute is non-different from the science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahmaji received the science of Godhead from the Lord directly, and he handed over the same to Narada, who in his turn ordered Srila Vyasadeva to expand it. So the transcendental knowledge of the Supreme Lord is not mental speculation by the mundane wranglers, but is uncontaminated, eternal, perfect knowledge beyond the jurisdiction of material modes. The Bhagavata Purana is therefore the direct incarnation of the Lord in the form of transcendental sound, and one should receive this transcendental knowledge from the bona fide representative of the Lord in the chain of disciplic succession from the Lord to Brahmaji, from Brahmaji to Narada, and from Narada to Vyasa, from Vyasadeva to Sukadeva Goswami, from Sukadeva Goswami to Suta Goswami. The ripened fruit of the Vedic tree drops from one hand to another without being broken by falling suddenly from a high branch down to the earth. Therefore, unless one hears the science of Godhead from the bona fide representative of the disciplic succession as above mentioned, for one to understand the theme of the science of Godhead will be a difficult job. It should never be heard from the professional Bhagavatam reciters who earn their livelihood by gratifying the senses of the audience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, you're reading from the shared or you have book?
From Google, I have taken Prabhuji.
Huh?
From Google, I've typed
Oh,
Veda
okay,
base.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Because this page was not displaying, but still you're reading, so I thought you have book there.
Oh, no, no.
I
Yeah.
missed dragged more, but still you are
Uh-huh.
reading. I thought, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Prabhuji.
Okay.
Uh,
So Brahmaji is saying, Narada, the science of the God, Srimad Bhagavatam. See the importance of Bhagavatam. Is spoken to me in summary by Supreme Lord directly. Chatushloki sloka, just four slokas he has spoken. So even the complete jnana, the Veda, is given by Krishna. Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye says that Krishna gave this complete knowledge, the Veda, jnana, to Brahma's heart. And Bhagavatam also he gave. And later, Narada expanded. So Vyasa actually written everything later. But here the point is that summary is given by Lord. So that means everything comes from the origin is Supreme Lord. And it was spoken accumulation of his diverse potencies. Please expand this science yourself. That's how, Brahma is saying. So this is how Prabhupada explains here the purport. The Bhagavatam nutshell spoken personality Godhead about dozens of verses, which will appear ahead, in the coming slokas. It's a science of God, and is a potent representation of personality Godhead. So Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Even when the Suta Goswami, Sesam Nemisharanya asked questions to Suta Goswami. So when Kali Yuga ended, sorry, the Dwapara Yuga ended, when Krishna went back home, back to Goloka Vrindavan, where the Dharma surrendered. So Suta Goswami replies, Dharma surrendered to Srimad Bhagavatam. So potency of Bhagavatam so much. That's why all of us should have Bhagavatam. Yes, it's available on net. Prabhupada and Prabhupada's disciples and grand disciples mercy. We have everything in fingertips now. But doesn't that we should have Bhagavatam? Everybody should have Bhagavatam, book Bhagavatam. We should have personal Bhagavatam copy thus, not just reading alone. Of course, for reading, sharing, we do that, but we should have Bhagavatam because when there is a Bhagavatam at home, no, it's said that even Yamaduta cannot enter that house. Where there is Bhagavatam, Yamaduta cannot enter the house. If at all Vishnudutas comes. I mean, that's the consciousness of the people. And also, sometimes people say that, no, no, my other people at home, they are not reading, they are not devotees. Don't worry. One day they will read. One day they will touch. Forget reading. Even if they touch, just touch, their millions of sins will be burnt away. That is the potency of Bhagavatam. So everybody, irrespective, it doesn't cost much, maybe 8 to 9,000 rupees, depends on which language you're taking. But we spend so much money for so many other things. Other day, His Grace Sarvalakshana Prabhu was there. He was saying we spend in mobile phone. Maybe some people iPhone 1 lakh, and some people maybe 50,000, 60,000. We spend. But Bhagavatam is much more valuable. That's why Prabhupada is, you know, spent sleepless nights. It's just sleeping 2 hours to write, purport and translation, so that the people in Kali Yuga, people in this age can get Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada disciples, many of them translated into different languages now. Any language is available. That's mercy of those wonderful devotees, Prabhupada and his disciples. So we should simply read Sukha Mukadhamritam. It's Rasamalayam. It's Vyasadeva gave to Sukadeva Goswami. And like it said that any mango, of course, it's mango season now. Mango is very sweet generally. Other day, Sridevi Mataji more kind of mercifully sent some mangoes to us. Very nice, very sweet. Mango is very sweet, but that mango touched by the parrot in the villages would have seen, it becomes more sweet. Similarly, Bhagavatam is very sweet, and but is spoken by the Sukadeva Goswami. Sukha is a parrot. It's still more sweet. So Sukha Mukadhamritam Rasamalayam. It's a full of rasa. There is no kind of, what is that, seed inside. It's only skin filled with the rasa. We just have to swallow it. That is Bhagavatam, because essence of all the scriptures. The Vyasadeva, at this maturity of spiritual maturity, he wrote this, because we all know the pastime Bhagavatam, right? Bhagavatam, he wrote after writing Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads. After that, he was not satisfied. The time Narada Muni instructed him, write Bhagavatam, glorify Supreme Lord. So that's why Bhagavatam written. So here Prabhupada says that the Bhagavatam Purana is therefore direct incarnation of the Lord in the form of transcendental sound. It's a incarnate. Written by whom? The literary incarnation, Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is also incarnation. And Bhagavatam is in sound incarnation. One should receive this transcendental knowledge from the bona fide representative. This is the important. We should hear from authority, hear from the bona fide sampradaya. And finally, Prabhupada says, do not hear from professional reciters, the people who speak Bhagavad Katha. I mean, other day somebody called me, said that I want to come and do Bhagavad Katha. Katha is good, but what's the purpose? Once, I think one person went Srila Prabhupada and asked, Swamiji, I want to make a movie of Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada said, what movie you want to make? 10th canto. What is that 10th canto? Rasa dance. Prabhupada said, you rascal, go and read Bhagavatam 1st canto to 9th canto, then come to me, he said. Because the person, they want to simply, speak about rasa dance and make a movie. So Prabhupada never encouraged that. That's why Prabhupada written a Krishna book. Prabhupada said, you read from canto 1 to canto 9 and try to understand that, try to practice that. That's enough. 10th canto, especially that chapter 29 to 34 chapter, need not read, because we will not able to understand. And unless we are gone beyond this, sense perception, we will not be able to understand that. That's why Prabhupada gave Krishna book. So we have to should not read or should not hear from the professional reciters. Their job is to somehow entertain and make money, sense gratification. Bhagavatam is not for sense gratification. Bhagavatam is not for entertainment. Bhagavatam for spiritual advancement. After hearing Bhagavatam, the transmission of heart should happen. The purification of the heart should happen. That's why there are so many Kathagar. How many of the audience become devotees? How many of them left non-veg? How many have left intoxication? How many have left humanizing? Very rarely. But after reading Srila Prabhupada books, they become pure devotees. This is the contribution of Srila Prabhupada. This is the magic Srila Prabhupada did, the whole world. Once one great magician had come to, I think, Vrindavan, I don't know where. So he was doing all the magic. Prabhupada simply watching and maybe laughing. And one of the disciples came and asked, disciple or magician, I don't know, Swamiji, can you do some magic? Prabhupada said, I already did magic. What is that? I bought all these Westerners, boys and girls, to India, make them to pure devotees. What other magic you want to do it? This is the magic Srila Prabhupada did. This converted those people from they called Malechas. There is no sin they are not done. They were hippies. He completely converted them, become pure devotees. Today, the whole over world, they are preaching Krishna consciousness. They are the great sannyasis because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Other day, we met one of the Swamiji, not ISKCON, other Swamiji. He was glorifying Srila Prabhupada. He was saying this one person, that too, the reason he said that, somebody had come to him saying that, Swamiji, my age catching up. I cannot do anything more. Then this Swamiji told him that, don't think that age catching up. That Srila Prabhupada, the age of 69, 70, he went to America, preached, and for next 14 years, he's traveled all over the world. 12 years, traveled all the 14 times. He converted the whole world into Krishna consciousness. When that one person can do, why we cannot do it? This is the statement that Swamiji is making. And he also glorified Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam written by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada took Bhagavatam to Western world and made them to read and change the world. So that is a contribution of Srila Prabhupada. We also try to support Srila Prabhupada's movement. At least each one of us take one Bhagavatam set. If you have, yes, enough, give it to another people. Spread this message as many as possible. With that, I'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Devotees can share their comments. We have Yashoda Brajamataji and so Shekhar Rai. Those who are there coming from Tulu class today. I mean, generally they attend Tulu class. They're here. Let's welcome them. Say Hari Bol once. Hare Krishna. Yashoda Mataji, want to say anything? Are you there? Shekhar Rai Prabhu, want to say anything?
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Mataji. Go ahead.
Wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhupada, great work. I will explain tomorrow in my class what you are explaining today. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So, just for others' information, tomorrow morning, Tulu Bhagavatam class given by Yashoda Vijay Mataji. Of course, it will be Tulu. Yes, Asha Mataji, you can go ahead. We'll go as per the sequence now. Add your
Hare
points.
Krishna Prabhuji. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is the cause of everything. In this material world, I'm like a frog in the belly. There are two types of souls: conditioned soul and conscious, constitutional condition. This constitutional soul enjoys the material world, whereas constitutional soul is to serve the Supreme
Constitutional
Person.
position. Soul is same.
Okay,
Conditional
constitutional position.
Constitutional position. Or condition duty or constitution duty.
Okay, constitutional duty and condition duty. The constitutional duty is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. With this, I am trying to enjoy, but Brahmaji says, no, it is not that. Krishna is very clear, he is everything, and universe is created by him. All beings are in him, but uh,
He is aloof.
he is aloof. He is aloof. Um, he has created the material world and along with the spiritual world, which has everything. We should be one with Krishna to fulfill his objective. That is, his objective is to take back all of us back home to Godhead. So what we should do, what I should do is at least try and support the Krishna conscious movement. Brahmaji says that Bhagavatam is a science. Krishna has given this knowledge to Brahma, and the origin is Krishna himself. Bhagavatam is science of God. It is non different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, this Bhagavatam, we have to hear from the bona fide representatives of the disciplic succession, if at all we have to understand the science of Godhead. Otherwise, it is not very easy to understand the Bhagavatam, which is the science of God. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, that's my takeaway.
Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji.
This temporary world is the work of external potency, that is Maya of the Lord. Conditioned souls are marginal potencies of the Supreme Lord. Creation, protection, annihilation, everything is done by Lord himself. And Lord is the cause of all the causes. He is aloof from the interactions of the external and marginal potencies. This material world is far for the disobedient, forgotten souls like us, like me. Lord is waiting for this fallen souls to return to Him. His incarnations, personal representatives, authoritative scriptures are there through which we can attain Him or go to Him. And then about the Bhagavatam, it is the science of God. It is the perfect representation of the God, personality of God Himself. And this science of God, Godhead, Bhagavatam, it was received by the bona fide representatives from Brahmaji to our Swamiji and
Narada Muni, Brahmaji, Narada Muni, Vyasa,
Narada Muni, and then Vyasa Muni, and
Goswami.
Suta Goswami, and so this parampara is so good that the knowledge is not broken. So we must listen to this Bhagavatam only. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada says like a mango coming from the
Yes, fruit.
but it's not fallen. Somebody carrying, slowly bringing down. So like that, Bhagavatams. Yes, Mayappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Prabhuji.
Hari is the Supreme Lord. Brahmaji repeatedly confirms beyond Hari no other authorities. Experience in material world is like a frog in well. My existence is conditioned and trying to enjoy this material world by lording it over the material world. External potency is the Durga, marginal potency is the soul, internal potency is Radharani, and Durga is the controller of this material world. I am not the doer. Even the worm in a stool is also thinking, I am the doer. All jivas are the prisoners in this material world because jivas decide to enjoy away from Krishna. Hence, he created this material world. Prahalad Maharaj, Ramanujachar, and Acharya Prabhupada have been having the mood of let everyone get liberated, even if we go to hell. They are all ready to receive the sin of all the jivas, but we cannot imitate. At least we must share Krishna consciousness to maximum fellow human beings. This material world is created to enable the fallen souls to go back home, back to Godhead. And text 51, Science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam is the science of God. And Supreme Lord to Brahmaji to Naradaji, and Vyasaji, and then to Sukadeva Goswami, and then to Suta Goswami. And this ripened fruit of Srimad Bhagavatam is carefully handed over to one another from the Supreme Lord to material world. And so Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Dharma surrendered into Srimad Bhagavatam. Everyone must have Srimad Bhagavatam in home, because wherever Srimad Bhagavatam is there, Yamadutas will not visit. Only Krishna's representative will visit such homes. And in Srimad Bhagavatam must be heard and from the bona fide masters, right authorities, as envisaged and guided by Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for purification of heart and soul, not for entertainment. In this regard, Acharya have shown the right path, and everyone must follow the guidelines prescribed by Acharya. That much I have understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the question.
Kanchana Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
My humble pranams. The more we hear about Bhagavatam, its glories, We want to hear more and more and more about that. Now, so many have told you clearly, yet I want to tell you the same thing again. Brahmaji tells Narada Muni that Supreme Lord is Krishna, he is the Hari and source of all material and spiritual creation. Everything is his energy. The physical world is made up of sensory experiences, but the true essence is beyond human intelligence. Material real is temporary for souls who has forgotten him. Suffering of human is not because of God, but our choice. True liberation is attaining him through chanting, loving transcendental service, sharing his glories again and again, and just spreading Krishna consciousness. Then Lord Brahmaji tells about the importance of Bhagavatam. He says, Bhagavatam is Lord Himself. Supreme Lord imparted the essence of Bhagavatam as eternal and uncontaminated knowledge. So Brahmaji instructs Naradaji to expand this science of God, this divine science, and describe Lord's potencies, His glories, His wonders. This will get bhakti in devotees, in humans, and bring a transformation in their character, bring peace in their hearts. Everybody should have Bhagavatam at home. If you hear Bhagavatam, there is no fear at all. Your heart gets peaceful automatically. There is no worry. And you develop faith in God that Krishna will be there for you always. And this is transmitted from disciplic succession to Vyasadeva, who composed 18,000 verses of this scripture. That is my understanding, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class.
Thank you.
Humble pranams to you.
Those who don't have Bhagavatam, please let us know. We can arrange to deliver anywhere in the world, any language.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Sanatana Prem Prabhu, want to say anything?
Hey Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat pranams.
Prabhu.
All the points are arithmetic covered, so I'll just briefly say the 50th verse. The main point is that there is no other cause for either the phenomenal, that is the material or the visible world, or the subtle or the unmanifest world also. Everything originates from the Lord. And this material world is the Lord's, it's a product of Lord's external energy potency, that is the Bahiranga Shakti. And the conditioned souls are the marginal potency of the Lord, the Tata Shakti. So they are struggling in this world because of the material modes of nature. And the Lords remain personally aloof from this creation. Everything rests on his potency, but still he is aloof from this creation, as he said in 9.4 Bhagavad Gita. And the potency and the potent are simultaneously one and the different, the Achintya Veda with the principle. And Lord is not to be blamed for the material suffering, just as a king is not to be blamed for the existence of a prison. Similarly, Lord is actually not responsible for the misery in this material world. This world exists for the souls who have turned away from him. And Lord is always merciful and eager to reclaim the fallen souls. And for that, he has given us the authoritative scriptures, his representatives, the sadhus and the acharyas, and his personal incarnations, that avatars that comes, and there's various leelas to reclaim the souls here. And for the 51st shloka, the key points are like Srimad Bhagavatam is the science of God. It is the potent representation of the personality of Godhead. So Krishna is not different from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. So it was first spoken by the Lord himself to the Brahmaji, Chatushloki Bhagavatam. And then it is handed over to Narad. And in this way, it comes to the disciplic succession. And it's a transcendental knowledge. It is not some mental speculation. but it is uncontaminated, eternal, perfect knowledge beyond the jurisdiction of this material world. And parampara is essential in this respect because the knowledge is coming and it should be coming as it is. Whatever is like Lord has given, same way it has to come down. So parampara is very essential. And the knowledge must be passed very carefully like a ripe fruit. So this is the ripened fruit of the Vedic knowledge. And it is coming from one hand to another without being broken. Like when the tree, the fruit falls, it will break. Uh, but when it is handled very carefully from one end to another, then it is passed as it is. So that is how the Bhagavatam is passed through this disciplic succession. And hearing outside the disciplic succession is very dangerous because it has to be heard from the authoritative representatives of the disciplic succession only. And in that way, one can understand the science of Godhead. And professional reciters to be avoided because they actually earn their livelihood by gratifying the senses of the audience. Sometimes they want to say what audience want to hear and not what is actually there. So that's why professional reciters have to be avoided. So essence of this verse is that it is the Lord's own potency in the form of transcendental sound, Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is passed down through the pure parampara and it must be heard from a bona fide acharya. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Shruti Mataji, anything on right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Everyone has told everything, and I just wanted to add that we should have compassion to give Krishna conscious to others because that is the main thing to bring fallen souls back to Godhead, and that's what Srila Prabhupada was always doing. You told an example of an astrologer who told that. By touching your feet in the idol, you are getting their sins. But Srila Prabhupada told that I am here to take back the sins of the devotees. Similarly, as we see the present Guru Maharajas and all, also they suffer a lot because of what sins we do and all, and we ourselves are responsible for all those problems they have to undergo because we are not following the things properly. And text 51, as you told that yes, and when once you hear Bhagavatam properly from a bona fide master, then we actually are directly connected to the Lord through Bhagavatam. This is nothing but Krishna himself appearing through Bhagavatam. So all the great saints, Sukadeva Goswami, Sutta Goswami, and all who have told the Bhagavatam, and it is like the sweetest nectar we are getting from them. And so we should always be grateful because we have got this opportunity. And even owning the book is a great fortune for us, Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Shridevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
So, by the external potency of the Lord, the material world exists and maintains. The conditioned souls struggling in the material world to survive are Lord's marginal potencies. Everything emanates from Lord, and at the same time, Lord is aloof from the material things. So, without Lord Hari, there is no cause. And Brahmaji clearly states in Brahma Samhita that Lord is cause of all causes. Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. That is, he is cause of all causes. But material people wants to lord it over the manifestation. That intention is very wrong, and it is due to the cause of Maya. Without the Lord's will, even the blade of grass doesn't move. A Bhagavatam is the sound representation of the Lord. Bhagavatam, in a nutshell, was spoken by the Lord himself. It is a ripened fruit. This science of knowledge was acquired from Brahmaji, and from Brahmaji to Narad Mahamuni, and from in a chain of disciplic succession, from the Narad Mahamuni to Vyasdeva, Vyasdeva to Sukdev Goswami, and Sukdev Goswami to Suta Goswami. So this ripened fruit of Vedic knowledge, without breaking, it has come to the earth. And what Lord says, what our Acharya says is, this should be heard from a disciplic succession, from our spiritual, bona fide spiritual masters. in a disciplic succession, we have to hear from them. And we should not hear this Bhagavatam from the Bhagavatam reciters who earn money for their livelihood. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Sudama.
Pranam.
Pranam, Sudama.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams. I
Pranam.
think everyone has covered. Thank you for the class, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yashoda Braja Mataji, finally, you want to say anything? If you want to say, yes. Okay, so we'll stop here. Mataji, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Nothing to tell, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyavach Patitana Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. See you tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock. Please try to call as many devotees as possible. Please remind.
Prabhuji class.